Years following the 9/11 attacks, military enlistment saw a spike. I spoke with Sergeant Bradley Atchison, who was one of the thousands who decided to enlist following 9/11.
A day that changed our nation.
My teacher, Mrs. Meyer, was pulled out of the room, and she came back in tears.
It's a day many won't forget.
I just remember the smell of the classroom, the feel, just the ominous vibe that came over once that information was put out.
September 11th, 2001.
It made me feel personally attacked because that's my nation.
A nation that Jefferson City native Sergeant Bradley Atchison says he proudly serves.
When I enlisted, I was 21 years old.
21 years old. And why? Why did you enlist?
The first being my brother. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in the year 2000. Shortly after that, the attacks on the Twin Towers happened, so 9/11 took place. And that just added to that desire, that fire built inside of me.
And Sergeant Atchison wasn't alone. Hundreds of thousands of men and women also felt that call to action. Sergeant Major Brad Gladback has been a recruiting officer for the Missouri National Guard for nearly 2 decades. He says the attacks played a big factor in more people wanting to sign up for the military.
After 9/11, the nation as a whole came together, and they knew that service to the country was very important.
20 years later, 9/11 is still a reason why some serve, but Gladback says other benefits play a large role too.
Whether it's the training that they can receive, the education, the adventure, or some like to call it the adrenaline of serving.
Since 9/11, Gladback says new enlistee numbers have on average stayed consistent.
You know, there's a lot more that goes into recruiting than just trying to go out and find as many people as you can. We have to find qualified individuals.
And even if a person is qualified, there might be concerns and tough conversations like deployment, something Sergeant Atchison is familiar with. In April of 2017, he was deployed to the Middle East for 9 months, starting out in Kuwait, then Iraq and Syria.
Were you nervous when you found out that you were going to go there?
I had the most anxiety I've ever had in my entire life. I could just feel that uncertainty, the fear of the unknown take over my body.
And when you got there, what was the feeling once you arrived?
When I finally got boots on the ground in Kuwait, I soon realized that fear and anxiety could be turned into fuel.
Atchison came back to the U.S. in early 2018. While America's longest war in Afghanistan is over and many who enlisted in the military did so because of the war, Gladback says the desire to serve will always be there.
What's important to you?
I love what I do in this uniform. I love training. I love taking care of soldiers and the state. I love being able to go out and defend this nation